She said, I think we should just be friends. My ex needs me more. I shoved the car key I was going to give her into my pocket and smiled. Hope you're happy. A couple months later, late at night, she showed up at my front door, with a bunch of people behind her. Part 2. Turns out his businesses were nothing but unpaid loans and half-finished scams. He owed money to investors, maxed out credit cards under other people's names, and had a habit of running from city to city every time things got too real. Within a few months, Emma had drained her savings covering Ryan's unpaid loans. She struggled to keep her apartment and job, but eventually the pressure became too much. Her apartment was lost. She quit her job, and friends noticed bruises she couldn't explain. I didn't feel satisfaction, just inevitability. People who chase illusions always end up tripping over reality. By then, I had my own reality to focus on. Months later, while working on a travel feature in Oregon, I met Leah, the editor overseeing the project. We spent long hours reviewing photos, critiquing captions, and teasing each other over coffee. Slowly, a connection grew, quiet but undeniable. She was sharp, brutally honest, and allergic to drama. When we first met, she looked at my old camera and said, "You know, this thing's seen more life than most people." I laughed. It was the first time in a long while that someone made me laugh without trying to fix something broken in me. We started working together more. She'd critique my photos. I'd tease her for using too many adjectives in her travel pieces. There was no grand confession, no cinematic moment. Just two people who didn't need to prove anything, showing up day after day without pretending to be perfect. And somewhere in between the road trips and late night editing sessions, I realized something. I didn't miss Emma. I missed the idea of her, the one I built when I thought love meant patience instead of clarity. Then one night, my phone buzzed. A number I hadn't seen in months. Jack. It read, "I know I messed up. Ryan's gone. He lied about everything. I lost everything. But I know you still care. Please, can we talk? You still love me, don't you?" I stared at the message for a long minute. Not angry, not nostalgic, just tired. Then I typed back, "I used to love you, but the person I love doesn't exist anymore." I hit send, blocked the number, and put the phone down. No second thoughts, no regret. Because sometimes closure isn't a conversation. It's just finally realizing you don't owe anyone an explanation for walking away from chaos. It happened about 3 months later. One quiet night, Lee slept on the couch, a book open on her chest. I was editing some photos when a violent pounding rattled the front door. At first, I thought maybe it was a delivery gone wrong or a drunk neighbor. But then came the yelling, "Jack, open the damn door. You coward." I froze. That voice, raw, cracked, too familiar. Emma. When I opened the door, the scene outside didn't feel real. She was standing there, drenched, eyes wild, makeup streaked down her cheeks. Behind her were 3 people, phones out, recording. I could hear the faint clicks of camera shutters and someone whispering, "Keep filming." Emma pointed at me, voice trembling with rage. "You left me. You ruined my life. You did this to me." For a moment, I just looked at her, not in shock, but in disbelief at how far she'd fallen. The same woman who once worried about having the right color palette for her apartment walls now stood in my doorway, screaming accusations like a stranger. I didn't raise my voice. I just asked quietly, "What are you doing, Emma?" She stepped closer, eyes glassy and unfocused. "You think you're better than me now, posting your happy little pictures while I suffer. You abandoned me, Jack. You broke me." Her friends started shouting too, trying to provoke me, their phones capturing every angle. It didn't take a genius to realize what this was, a setup, a desperate attempt to make me look like the villain in whatever story she was trying to sell online. Lee appeared behind me, calm as ever, her voice steady. "I'm calling the police." Emma laughed in a hollow, hysterical sound. "Go ahead. Let everyone see what kind of man you really is." But I didn't move. I just stood there, my hands in my pockets, looking at her with the kind of calm that drives unstable people insane. When I finally spoke, my voice was flat, almost gentle. "You weren't abandoned, Emma. You abandoned yourself the moment you chose lies over truth." For a split second, the words hit her.